Kid, sit down. You think TikTok scams are wild? Ha! Let me tell you about a company that fooled the entire world. Billions vanished overnight. Families lost everything. And the men at the top? They smiled all the way to prison. It was a tale of greed, deception, and financial wizardry. And the company behind it all? Enron. Now grab some popcorn, kid. This one's a wild ride. Imagine a city filled with bankers, investors, and ordinary people, all dazzled by a shiny promise, and none of them realizing it was made of smoke. I remember reading about it in the papers, and I thought, who could be so clever or so reckless? And that, kid, is what makes stories like this so unforgettable. So tighten your seatbelt, because from here on out, it's a roller coaster of numbers, lies, and million-dollar secrets. Back in the 1980s, Enron started as a simple energy company in Houston. They sold gas, electricity, nothing too fancy. But these men, they had big ideas. They wanted to turn energy into money itself, futures, derivatives, trading products nobody really understood. Wall Street loved it. Shares shot up like fireworks on New Year's Eve. People felt like they were riding a rocket straight to the moon. Everyone wanted in, investors, employees, even casual folks on the street. The excitement was contagious. Employees were proud, investors dazzled. Little did they know, the golden glow was just smoke and mirrors. Imagine, kid, you're at work every day, thinking your company is solid, watching your stock rise, saving for your future. And behind closed doors, it's all a house of cards. That, my friend, is the beginning of a lesson no one forgets. When something seems too perfect, it usually is. And I promise you, it only gets crazier from here. Here's where it gets interesting, kid. On paper, Enron made billions. Profits soared. Employees felt secure. But in reality, empty air. Nothing but clever accounting tricks. Mark-to-market accounting. Sounds fancy, right? It allowed them to record profits before they even existed. Imagine bragging about money you never earned, and the world believed it. Employees poured their life savings into company stock thinking it was safe. Tragic, huh? But greed, it makes people blind. And here's the kicker, kid. CEOs threw parties worth millions while the workers bought lunch at the corner deli. One hand gives champagne, the other takes your pension. Smoke and mirrors, kid. Smoke and mirrors. Every empire of lies needs its kings. And Enron had two. Ken Lay, the founder, preacher's smile, folksy charm. He could sell sand in the desert and make you thank him for it. Jeff Skilling, the slick CEO, brilliant but ruthless. He believed he was untouchable. Together, they built a world on illusions, high-flying trades, and secrets. Bonuses worth millions, private jets, mansions, ski trips to Aspen. Even a company ski trip. Can you imagine that, kid? Meanwhile, the workers pressured to bet their future on these safe stocks. And if they questioned it, well, let's just say questioning wasn't encouraged. I once read an anecdote about a worker who asked a simple question at a meeting. The CEO smiled, patted him on the shoulder, and said, "Trust me, you'll thank us later." Years later, that worker lost everything. But every giant of lies eventually shows cracks. Analysts started asking questions. Where's the money? Why don't the numbers add up? The empire trembled. Investors panicked. And the CEOs? They kept smiling until the cracks became chasms. Journalists dug deeper, whistleblowers whispered secrets, and little by little, the truth began to creep into the light. People started realizing that all those shiny presentations and fancy charts were just magic tricks hiding a bottomless pit. The higher the towers of numbers went, the harder they were going to fall, and fall they did. November 2001. The empire fell. Enron's stock plummeted from $90 to less than $1. Poof, gone. Thousands lost jobs, savings, dreams, families ruined. People wept. And those mighty CEOs? Suddenly in courtrooms instead of boardrooms. The world watched in disbelief. How could a company so big, so powerful, vanish overnight? Because, kid, it was never real. All smoke, all mirrors. And here's the cruel twist. Some of those at the top walked away richer than before, while ordinary folks picked up the pieces. The collapse sent shockwaves around the globe. Trust in Wall Street shattered. Laws were rewritten, Sarbanes-Oxley, to keep companies honest. Hopefully. And it left a warning, kid. Greed can build empires, but it always burns them down. Remember this the next time someone promises the next big thing. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And let me tell you, kid, some lessons are worth repeating. Even the cleverest schemes can't hide from the light forever. Now, pass me the remote, kid. I want to watch Wheel of Fortune. And remember, the next time someone says, "This stock will make you rich overnight," think of Enron. And maybe take Grandpa's advice instead. Life's full of smoke and mirrors, kid. But if you watch closely, you'll catch the truth before it catches you. Well, well. Sit down, kids, and let Grandpa tell you a story. Back in my day, money was something you kept in a piggy bank, or if you were fancy, in a dusty account at the local bank. And robots? Ha! Robots were tin cans in cartoons that couldn't even make a decent cup of tea. But now? Oh boy. Now we've got artificial intelligence, brains made of wires, teaming up with crypto, money made of math. And let me tell you, when AI and crypto start dancing together, the whole world starts paying attention. Some folks say it's the future. Others think it's just a fancy way to lose your lunch money. And me? Well, I'm just here to tell you what's going on. So buckle up. This story's got hype, danger, and maybe even a little hope for those who don't fall asleep while I'm talking. Remember this the next time someone promises overnight riches. Enron wasn't the exception. It was a warning. Why? Everyone's buzzing. Now, why is everyone making such a fuss? AI is smart. It learns, it talks, it even paints better than your Aunt Mabel. Crypto? It's like money, but it lives in the clouds, where banks can't poke their noses. Put the two together, and suddenly you've got machines that can trade coins, negotiate deals, and maybe even run your portfolio while you're snoring on the couch. Sounds like magic, right? Well, hold your horses. Grandpa's gonna show you what's real and what's just snake oil with a shiny label. The big names. First up, there's Singularity Net. Think of it as a farmer's market, but instead of tomatoes and cucumbers, they're selling algorithms. You need an AI that reads X-rays? Boom! You can rent it with their token AGIX. No tech giant middleman, no monopoly. Just you, the code, and your digital wallet. Pretty neat, huh? Then we've got Fetch.ai. Now this one's wild. Imagine little robot assistants, like digital butler, running around the internet. You tell one, fetch me the cheapest flight to Spain and don't forget the hotel. Off it goes, bargaining with other robots until it comes back with the perfect deal. It's like sending your dog to the store, except the dog is a genius mathematician. Next, there's Ocean Protocol. You've heard the saying, data is the new oil? Well, Ocean lets you trade that oil. People can sell their data sets to train AIs. That means small developers can finally play with the big boys' toys. Sounds empowering, or terrifying, depending on whether you like robots smarter than you. And then there's Numeraire, run by a bunch called Numerai. This one's a real brain twister. Picture thousands of scientists around the world building models to predict the stock market. They all throw their best ideas into a giant digital pot, and the winners get rewarded with tokens. It's like the world's smartest gambling ring, with math. Oh, and don't forget the shiny new kid on the block, Ozak AI. Everyone's whispering about it in Telegram chats and Reddit threads. Promises, promises, promises. Could it be the next big thing? Maybe. Or maybe it's just another balloon waiting to pop. Grandpa's advice? Keep your eyes open and your wallet shut, at least until you see more than a flashy logo. The hype machine. Now, why do these projects get so much attention? 3 reasons. Number 1, buzzwords. You slap AI and crypto together, and suddenly every investor thinks it's the second coming of sliced bread. Number 2, automation. The dream of a robot that works day and night, trading coins for you while you binge cat videos. No emotions, no fear, no greed, just cold, hard logic. Sounds good, right? Well, maybe too good. And number 3, money. Let's be honest, people don't just love AI plus crypto because it's cool tech. They love it because they think it'll make them rich. Hopes of turning $100 into 100,000? That's the kind of dream that keeps folks glued to the charts at 3 in the morning. The risks. But here's the catch, kids. For every shy project, there are a dozen fakes. Some coins shout AI louder than a carnival barker, but behind the curtain, nothing but empty promises. Pump and dump scams where early birds fly off with the money and leave the rest holding bags of digital dust. And let's not forget the regulators. Governments already don't like crypto. Add AI into the mix, and they'll be sniffing around like hounds at a barbecue. Rules are coming, and some of these projects won't survive the storm. Even the real ones, like SingularityNet or Fetch.ai, brilliant ideas, but they've got a long road ahead. In the meantime, their prices bounce around like a kangaroo on caffeine. Exciting? Sure. Safe? Not exactly. The lesson. So where does that leave us? AI and crypto together are like a young couple everyone's gossiping about. Maybe they'll change the world. Maybe they'll break up in a messy divorce. Projects like SingularityNet, Fetch.ai, Ocean, and Numeraire show us there's real innovation. But hype machines like Ozak AI remind us to be careful. My advice? Be curious, learn, explore, but don't throw in your life savings just because Grandpa sounds excited. This story is just beginning, and nobody, not even your wise old storyteller, can tell you how it ends. One thing's for sure, AI and crypto aren't going anywhere. And in a few years, when your AI assistant is managing your retirement fund on the blockchain, you'll remember this story. And maybe, just maybe, you'll thank Grandpa for keeping you awake long enough to listen. So, that's my tale. Now go grab a cookie. You've earned it.